Resorts World Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip was supposed to change the north end of the Strip forever. Instead, 4.5 years after opening, it quietly became one of the most controversial properties in Las Vegas to talk about, especially after the Nevada Gaming Commission and Nevada Gaming Control Board slapped it with a $10.5 million fine for anti-money laundering failures under Title 31 federal regulations. There's nothing wrong with the hotel itself. The rooms are nice, but because the numbers are rough, the headlines won't stop, and the casino floor feels emptier than a $4.3 billion resort ever should. I walked through the casino the other day, and it was disturbing how empty it was. This massive property sits on the former site of the historic Stardust Resort and Casino, where Genting Group's ambitious Echelon Place project was originally planned. This thing finally opened in June 2021 with massive expectations. 3 hotels under one roof, Hilton Hotels at the entry level, Conrad Hotels in the middle, and Crockford's at the top with private check-in and villas. A 117,000 square foot casino, more than 40 food and drink spots, a 5,000 seat theater, a massive pool complex, Zouk nightclub from the Singapore-based Zouk Group, day club, even a Vegas loop station connecting to the tunnel system, tech that actually felt futuristic at the time, cashless wagering, facial recognition for rooms, tablets that controlled everything. This isn't a video to hate on Resorts World Las Vegas. I actually like it. I've stayed there more than once, and the rooms are some of the nicest on the Strip. The pools are genuinely enjoyable. The food lineup is deep and varied, though as always in Vegas, expensive. On paper, this place should be printing money, but Resorts World has a ton of debt, and Clark County, Nevada property taxes are just one piece of the puzzle. Let's start with the financials, because that's what's driving everything right now. First quarter of 2025 was ugly. Revenue dropped about 22% year over year, landing around $166 million. Second quarter bounced slightly to around $180 million, but that's still nowhere near where they need to be to comfortably service construction loans, operating costs, and ongoing capital expenses. In Q3, filings show Resorts World Las Vegas 3Q 2025 revenue was about $175 million, down roughly 1% year over year. As for fourth quarter 2025 numbers, those are generally not public yet. The Vegas Harry Reid International Airport traffic has been down year over year. That's no surprise. Las Vegas Convention Center attendance softened through summer, hitting the exact demographic Resorts World targets. Group bookings for 2026 are pacing behind where they were this time last year, according to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Despite having a massive footprint and modern infrastructure, Resorts World has struggled to capture large recurring convention room blocks, compared to Venetian Palazzo, MGM Grand, or even Caesars Forum adjacent properties. Industry booking data cited in Vegas Business Reporting shows RW's midweek occupancy is far more volatile, which explains why it feels busy on event weekends and empty on random Tuesdays. This is why you can often grab a great deal on midweek bookings. Location matters more than people like to admit. The North Strip has almost no organic foot traffic, unlike MGM Resorts International properties in the center or Caesars Entertainment's mid-strip cluster. If you're not staying there, seeing a show, or deliberately going out of your way, you're probably not walking through those doors. Look at the neighbors. Sahara Las Vegas struggles with the same issue, and Circus Circus has fought foot traffic problems for decades. This property was built around a very specific business model, flying in high rollers, international whales, and premium domestic gamblers who could drop 6 figures without blinking. When that segment slows down even a little, the whole place feels it immediately. Meanwhile, the costs never stop. The original $4.3 billion build, property taxes on roughly 88 acres. One thing that doesn't get talked about much is how inefficient the casino floor is relative to its size. Resorts World has a 117,000 square foot casino, which puts it among the larger floors on the Strip. But according to Nevada Gaming Control Board data analyzed by industry reporters in 2024 and 2025, its gaming win per square foot trails properties like Wynn, Encore, Venetian, and even some mid-strip resorts. In Resorts World's case, the size actually magnifies the problem. More labor, more utilities, more space to staff, without the corresponding gambling volume. Then there's the regulatory side, which is where things really started to snowball. In March 2025, the Nevada Gaming Commission hit Resorts World and its parent company Genting Group with that $10.5 million fine. That's the second largest gaming fine in state history. The settlement followed a 2-year investigation by the Nevada Gaming Control Board into anti-money laundering failures that violated the Bank Secrecy Act and 31 CFR regulations. According to the complaint, the casino repeatedly allowed illegal bookmakers, convicted felons, and people with no verifiable source of income to gamble millions without proper AML due diligence. This included failures to file required currency transaction reports and suspicious activity reports. Regulators described it as a culture that prioritized big spenders over basic compliance with federal anti-money laundering requirements. The most cited example was Matthew Boyer, a California-based illegal bookmaker who reportedly lost nearly $8 million at Resorts World over about 20 months. During that time, his wife worked as a contracted marketing host tied to the property. The same account was also connected to bets placed by Ippei Nizuhara, who later admitted to stealing millions from baseball star Shohei Ohtani to cover gambling losses. This connection to one of MLB's biggest stars created a massive scandal that brought national attention to Resorts World's compliance failures. Crazy stuff. Resorts World did not admit or deny the allegations as part of the settlement, which is standard, but they agreed to sweeping corrective actions. That included mandatory retraining for all employees, appointing a new chief compliance officer, quarterly third-party audits, and direct reporting obligations to the state. On paper, those steps have largely been implemented. But federal agencies are still involved, and any new findings could bring more penalties. The legal trouble didn't stop there. In November, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals revived a civil lawsuit brought by high roller R.J. Cipriani. Cipriani claims Resorts World knowingly catered to criminal elements, ignored his warnings, and failed to protect him after he raised concerns with regulators. That case is now active again, and will likely drag through discovery well into 2026. But the writing is now on the wall after all these troubles. In late March, just before the fine became public, Resorts World laid off roughly 50 full-time employees. That's not a huge layoff, but the timing was concerning. Leadership turnover has been constant since 2024. New presidents, a new CFO, a new COO, board reshuffles, vice president level changes. It all signals Genting Group is trying to stabilize credibility. Competition doesn't help. Fontainebleau Las Vegas opened right next door, chasing the same modern luxury guest, and they're also struggling. Wynn Las Vegas, Encore Las Vegas, and Venetian Las Vegas are a short walk south and have decades of loyalty from the exact same whales Resorts World needs. The Central Strip still captures the bulk of tourists. There's no free attraction pulling crowds north. No fountains, no spectacle that stops traffic like the Bellagio fountains. The glowing sphere out front looks cool, but it's not a Bellagio fountain moment. But to be fair, it's not all bad. The theater has landed legitimate headliners. F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend filled the clubs and day club. They've been aggressive with no resort fee offers and locals comps to drive midweek volume. I've taken advantage of those deals before. The culinary union contract finalized this year brought better wages and benefits, which should help long-term service quality. But the core problems remain. They need to stop the revenue slide, finish cleaning up regulatory issues with both Nevada Gaming Control Board oversight and federal compliance requirements, and figure out how to get people in rooms and on the casino floor 7 days a week, not just during major events. I want Resorts World Las Vegas to succeed. It's one of the nicest properties on the Las Vegas Strip and a genuine investment in the North End. The question is whether they can patch enough holes fast enough to ride out this downturn. Have you been to Resorts World recently? What'd you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this from someone who actually walks these floors, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.